Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Many ways to reach it, either by television, internet, or radio. And on radio, KSLO 1230 a.m. on your dial, and now their sister company, 105.3, serving probably 5-6 parishes now. So we're getting that voice out there in areas that our television cable companies are not doing business there. And so we're very happy that the KSLO and 105.3 have merged. And of course the internet is another story. People from all over the world get to watch the Bobby Dupre Show and any of our other good programs that are homegrown, as we refer to them, like this Bobby Dupre Show. Been on 1230 a.m. on your dial. This is my 35th year. And Andrew Gitros, my sidekick here,
good morning.
has been with me a number of years doing the television portion. And of course, simultaneously, it's on 105.3 and 1230 a.m. on your dial.
So you can watch it on TV, get in your car, drive to work, listen to it on the radio, get to the office, turn on the streaming video on the internet, and finish watching it. So you
That's
get it
right.
every way.
Any way you want. And more people, of course, that I meet that have direct TV connections, they are learning that they can watch it on their computers, because those are the same people that have computers at home today. And they enjoy the program by watching it, and so they kind of keep up what's going on. Wednesday morning, I wanted to talk to a young man to see if he was still with Bobcat Gas Storage, and I'm talking of...
That's the company out near Port Barry.
Port Barry, right. Carlos Flores. I tried his number. I had met him at the Steamboat October the 14th, 09.
I was with you that night.
You were.
We were going to some fun. I think that might be the night that you donated a computer to Grand Prairie's library.
And we were on the way back?
Yeah, that was the way back.
On the way back. Way back.
Of course, we stopped on the way going, too.
Yeah, well, but this was on the way back. Anyhow, Carlos was a project engineer on this big project outside of Port Barry. Bobcat Gas Storage has sold, but I understand that there's a strong possibility they're still using that same name,
right.
The company that operates here in Port Barry.
It's not a Bobcat division, I guess.
I reached Carlos. He was in Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
Basically doing the same kind of work all over again. They, I guess, made that money when they sold, and now they're going to repeat it, because Colorado has a lot of natural gas.
Sure. And
it's been developed now for a number of years. So Carlos says that he got calls from his friends all over the world. So Carlos, thank you, made me feel good, and hope you're having a good morning. And I wanted to get to it right away, because I know you're a dedicated young man, and he still lives in Houston. His home is Houston.
Right, the main branch, I think, was maybe in the remember the old Transco building? Is that big tower in Westheimer?
That's what they were, Westheimer, back in those days. And he continued living there, although he's, I guess, with this new company they formed, he's doing a lot of travel.
A lot of locals might know that building from when you go to the Galleria. It's that big old tall building right joined to the Galleria.
Mm-hmm. The Galleria, yeah. I had a deal there.
You went ice skating?
No, I saved a lady's purse. Yeah. This little fella snatched a purse, and I happened to see it. And Ashley and Nick tried to catch him, and I just figured he had to come out through that. There was only one door. He went through like in the kitchen and came back out, and I tackled him right at the door, and he turned around. I had one leg. He turned around and kicked me. They wanted to send me to the hospital to get the blood, right. Make sure that I wasn't going to file a suit against him. And poor Ashley, he told this story till he died. Ashley says, yeah, he says, when we got downstairs, while you were holding this guy upstairs, his friends were stole all 4 hubcaps on my Buick at $96 a piece. I remember that very well. But anyhow, we were the heroes. We saved the lady's purse.
You weren't wearing a red cape when you were chasing it.
No, but anyhow, got off. But same
that's
kind.
A good story.
Yeah, good little story. When I write my book, I've got a lot of those kind of good little stories.
Chapter.
Yeah, and then of course today, both Ashley and Nick, my 2 assistants on that crime stoppage.
Correct.
They're not there anymore. They both died, unfortunately, my dear friends. Where am I? Anyhow, Carlos, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Give me a call sometime.
I'm going to sneak a sponsor on you then
Yes,
while we're
sir.
doing that. How about Piggly Wiggly? Piggly Wiggly, if you want some groceries, Piggly Wiggly is your place to go with locations throughout South Louisiana. Opelousas, Church Point, Rain, Scott, Cecilia, St. Martinville, and Opelousas 2 locations. Don't forget on north side of town and on Heather Drive. And this weekend, their big specials again. Baking hens, 99 cents a pound. Breasts or tenders, boneless and skinless, $1.99. And sirloin and pork chops, $1.39 a pound. You cannot go wrong. Go by the pig. The pig knows best.
The pig knows best is
what
right.
they say.
I want to tell Adam for Curry good morning. We have a picture of him later, but before I forget, he had surgery on Tuesday. His good friend that works with Ken for Curry Plumbing, she called me and gave me the good news that the surgery went well. And we'll also want to keep Mr. David Sarver, who's been with our companies for a long time. He's in ICU, not doing too well according to his daughter Jackie. I spoke to her on Monday, and she says that they had taken him off the ventilator, but they had to put him back on the ventilator, and he has
problems is what he's fighting with,
and has pneumonia, which really makes it hard. So say your prayers. He's a good Christian. I know the family will appreciate it, and he will. And then keep my brother John Dupre in your prayers also. He's resting well at home with his family.
David Sarr's been with you coming since 1988.
You remember the time?
Almost back to back. We both started about the same time, and the first big project we both did was building that computer room on King Street across from T.H. Harris. That's when he first got active, and Mac had been working with you, Mac Lejeune. A lot of people know around town. We all worked on that project together, so we all got that connection.
Well, good. What, you want to show a couple of pictures?
Well, I can do that. Let's do that. Let's show some photos. How about this guy?
This was a picture taken, I would say that was probably Saturday, and it was a Saturday or a Sunday recently. Maybe it was a Sunday. I'll take it back. It was a Sunday.
King's Truck Stop.
King's Truck Stop, and that's Cabo Wild that I'm patting on the back. A man who has a real good fella that helps him around, a younger guy. I don't know the gentleman's name, but Cowboy helped more kids. He and his wife Jane didn't have any children, but they helped more young boys and girls learn how to take care of animals, primarily horses, and how to care for them, and he'd take them on trail rides, and I mean, just a wonderful guy. And of course, that's Mr. and Mrs. Knowlton Stilly in the background right there. Good morning to you all. And King's Truck Stop, busy. Their business is good. And
the fish.
That's a big fish, and that was taken at at Vicky's house.
The lake by Vicky's.
Yeah, Horseshoe Lake.
You got it.
Right in her front yard, right there. That's her son, Clint, a big one. And this is our first meeting of the new HBPA Association.
Which that group is to help
the horsemen.
Horsemen that work, jockeys, and people around the track.
And handles all the money that is sent to the winners of the races and all.
Right.
All the purse money.
So the
$100 million roughly goes through this association.
And so the benevolent side of it is the idea that they help all these jockeys. You know, these jockeys are not rich guys. You know, you see the big guys that go to the Derby, but most of these guys just make a few dollars per ride, per mount, and the
medical program.
Right.
There's a retirement program for trainers. There's another big function that we play, workers' compensation program that is also handled.
So it's a big need, and if there's so much money being involved with purses and betting, why not use some of it to help the people involved?
And
so
basically, it was a brand new board, and we held our first meeting at the Evangeline Downs Event Center. And there's a couple of my good friends right there. They said, Bobby, we came because you getting sworn in. We pulled for you the whole time the election was going on. And that's Mr. and Mrs. Donald Donald Cormier Sr. And
morning.
Michelle, thanks for that phone call you gave me that day. I was riding on my pontoon boat that Saturday, and here's
Our friend Brian Miller, who's computer guy, but like most guys, like you got another job besides horses.
Yeah.
He does computer work, but has horses as well.
Loves the horse industry. He's going to be good at it. And
We need
we
more
are
young people involved.
looking over our agenda. That's Mr. Tom Abbott right there from Lafayette.
Right, and Mr. Ed.
And Mr. Ed, who is an employee of BPA. And the main office is New Orleans, I might add.
Right, and that's Mr. Stanley Seelig, who's, I guess, y'all president.
He's our new elected president.
Right.
And the members...
They had a prayer before they started, which I
Right.
thought was very nice. And of course, Judge Jim Daugherty came in
I
to
called
swear.
Judge Jim to swear us in, and he took his schedule. He scheduled his. He had to schedule this around his golf that he was getting ready to play. But thanks, Judge. We appreciate you. And he's swearing in the president.
And right in the corner, you see Freddie Herpin with the Daily
Yeah,
World.
boy.
Covers every event. Good
he
morning,
covers
Freddie.
them all. And there's a
there.
swearing in.
And then he swears in the whole
The whole
board.
board.
And look, Bobby Dupre.
Oh, Bobby
Come on
Dupre
here.
is getting sworn in.
He
How
made
about
it.
that? And way on the right over there is my long time friend, Don Stemmons with Stemmons Horse Equipment
you go.
from Karen Crow, Louisiana, and his daughter Charlotte is my assistant. I can tell you, that girl helps me a lot.
Mr. Arthur Morrell, who was very active the little while I was in there to hear some of y'all proceedings. I mean, very
Arthur
aggressive
is
guy.
right on top of this. He's an attorney, and real good. I'm looking forward. We have a lot of work to do because there's been some unfortunate accusations made,
Right.
and it's our job to straighten it all up. Here's Bobby Badon, our state representative, that covers that particular area from the Evangeline Downs.
Correct.
And Bobby Duhion, who was my partner for years.
Right. And then I'm going to kick to the radio. We got to let Tesla go to a 3-minute break. We'll see you on the other side of 3. Now, this was the Earl Taylor golf tournament that was this week,
held on Monday.
which generates a bunch of money for a lot of his civic donations and charity type work that he does.
That is correct.
Now, I had to park about 2 blocks away, and I just wanted to show all the cars where I had to park. And then there was cars up and down that main drag in front of Indian Hills to my right.
It was his largest turnout
good
of
crowd.
golfers and friends like myself and others. And here's a team that the foursome came out second overall. I mean, it's just one set of winners. It's not flights.
How could they not do well
That's
when
right.
you got a 4-man team and they got their own PR person, Mr. Chad Bello in the front. We got Ray Bello, Homer Bork. We got
Jimmy Prados in the blue
Prados
shirt,
and
and then
Coach
Coach
Castile.
Orman Castile. Good group.
And there's our district attorney,
yes.
Earl Taylor. And then there you are with Sean Dejean.
Sean Dejean on the left, Judge Daugherty
Daugherty.
in
the glasses.
with a blue shirt and glasses, and then our district attorney from Lafayette, Acadia, and Vermilion Parish, none other than Mr. Mike Harson.
And he's-
Good morning, Mike.
And he's got one of those cut-up visors from our good friends at City Bar in Maurice.
Yeah,
Good
that's right.
morning,
And
City
Bobby
Bar.
Dupre. And Bobby and Mr. George with Slimco.
Yeah.
George, of course, Slimco participates in everything around the area. We can't say enough for
Well,
them.
he
They're
came
good
thank-
corporate sponsors.
He came thank me for the stuff that you and I do in there, and I
Yeah.
said, "Man, how can I not thank you for the stuff y'all have?" I mean,
That they
are
do.
so they make
Very
you and I
good.
look good because they help fund some of those projects we
That's
get
right.
involved with. So
That's
thank you,
correct.
Mr. George.
And,
the OPAC brothers,
Yep.
Mr. Dan on the left and David Link on the right. the
Dan is
president.
rather new with the company, but seems to be enjoying his work and got right into it. He came to OPAC with a good, extensive experience.
Yep. And then there.
And then here's my partner, Mr. Joe Fred and Earl and Bobby.
That's a good picture.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's the Sheriff Bobby Guidros, but this
On
is
the right.
on the left is the president of it's got a name with dots in it, and I'm not sure the exact name.
I know you
but
kidded him that Mr. Dots.
Mr. Dots, I call him Mr. Dots, and what they've got is data dots. That's what it is, data dots. Thank you, Mr. Producer. What the idea is you buy this jar of goop. Okay, I'm gonna say it the rough way. You buy a jar of goop that doesn't really show much. It's like a
$25.
paste, some kind of paste.